It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Maiyegun diary,
Good evening to you. Happy Sunday to you. This is Maiyegun.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Maiyegun diary,
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Share the broadcast.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Politico.
So, brethren, I just want to reiterate and confirm to you that indeed Fulanization is real. Islamization is real. But none of this agenda is in the interest of the common man. When you say Fulanization, this agenda of the elite is not that of the poorest of them. So as we speak today, when you talk about Islamization, that too, we can see now that it's just a tool by some criminal element from northern Nigeria, excuse me, to drag the rest of us into the jihadi that they have declared on Nigeria. But some things are coming to light now, and you need to know. You deserve to know.
Lórí YouTube, and yes, we like. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. àní ẹ̀sùn ra yìí.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ra yìí.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
If you see any northerner, Christian or Muslim, that claim to be Hausa Fulani, and then, go ahead to, or let me say, when you meet one, and they are preaching one Nigeria to you, the following are things you should pay attention to. There is nothing called Hausa Fulani. Take that to the bank. And I'll tell you how they arrived at that, and how much the Hausa communities, the biggest ethnic nationality in the current Nigeria, Arusas, how they ended up being part of the Fulani that they now called Hausa Fulani, that they only use for political leverage. But when you go deep down, there is nothing called Hausa Fulani. Share the broadcast.
Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Just one more thing as well. If there's any job done by APC, Egbekegbe, by Buhari and his gang of jihadists since they came to power in Nigeria, they have failed. You know that. When you talk about epic fail, the textbook definition of failure, you don't need to look further other than APC, Egbekegbe, but they did something which they did successfully well, and we must acknowledge it. Under APC, Egbekegbe, the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, for the first time, they went public to express their displeasure, not just displeasure, but their total disdain for so many of themselves across Nigeria. Let me put it this way. Under APC, Egbekegbe, Nigeria became more divided. Nigerians got divided along ethnic, tribal, religious, and class different faces, right? And they did that. They did it to the core of the foundation of that Nigeria. Under APC, Egbekegbe, the Igbos, they became the target. The Igbos became profiled. The Igbos were declared war upon by Nigeria. Yes, which has further pushed them even more away from any negotiation table with Nigeria. All thanks to Buhari and APC, Egbekegbe. APC, Egbekegbe, they were able to make the Yorubas, young and old, to begin to demand for Yoruba nation. Why? Our land came under attack, and they said there is nothing we can do about it. When we rose to defend ourselves, they sent their security men after us while they left our people in the hands of these kidnappers, as you have come to know. So further daily, right, as they ruined and destroyed our economy, destroyed our jobs, destroyed, infrastructural development, so to say. I don't know why I'm speaking too fast, but don't worry, I'll manage. They did all of this to prove to us that Nigeria is not for us. And we are not allowed to raise this point. At the national level, they say it is against the national security. Cows invaded our lands, and their others with their guns turned our people into games that they can hunt anytime. For the first time in our history as a region in Nigeria, our people have been paying a ransom to terrorists on their own land because Nigeria allowed it. No thanks to APC. But do you know the latest? Like I said, there is nothing called Hausa Fulani. Are you with me? It is like saying, Yoruba Fulani, Fulani Igbo, Igbo Hausa. All these are caricature names made out to make you believe that, Nigeria, who have intermarried, of course, therefore, who have lived in peace for decades. But suddenly, the the host, the supposed host, the Arusas, have now come out to tell us that it is true that you could see a northerner whose father is a Fulani and his mom an Hausa, and to them, they are family. That's why they believe they have been living together in peace. But they've never lived together in peace. That is just the political, the political picture that they are painting out there. Most especially, as you all agree, northern Nigeria, no matter what they are going through, they always present just one political front. No, they don't. And that is about, right, to come public. No thanks to APC. I don't know how many of you who have seen I don't know how many of you who have seen, hang on. I don't know how many of you who have seen the BBC Africa documentary, right? I bet some of you have, and if you haven't, you should look for it. I'll tell you what really happened. And in fact, the summary of that documentary, which now gave us the better insight into what is really happening in northern Nigeria, which they have been using for decades to hold the rest of us to ransom, call it ransom, to hold the rest of us to bondage of one Nigeria. Here we go. In northern Nigeria, the Arusas are the largest. They are like every cosmopolitan, Nigerian that you see in every part of Nigeria, right? They are tolerant. They are accommodating. Enough that, everyone in other part of Nigeria, there is no tribe in the other part of Nigeria that will come out and say, we are having issues with the Arusas. There was never none. Religious tolerance, religious intolerance, and the rest of that, it has never been much of them. But guess what? Northern Nigeria is saddled with religious fanatics, intolerant, terrorists, people who would say, if you don't do what we want, we have every right to kill you. Now, to us in southern part of Nigeria, it is family business. It is not. You know what has been happening? The moment APC, Egbekegbe, came in, before they came in, they went to the other part of Africa and they told the Fulanis that they can now come down to Nigeria to help them take over power. If that happened, they would take care of them. You see what you have in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria today, eh? There are different categories of terrorism. The Fulani terrorists have been established that indeed they are terrorists. And guess who they are terrorizing? The Arusas. When you hear about, northern JTF, where you have civilian JTF who, group themselves to go after these terrorists, and the Fulani terrorists killing them. This has been the age-long war between them, according to the Hausas, which is the widely spoken language in northern Nigeria. This is why many of us from southern Nigeria are unable to totally differentiate between Arusas and Fulanis, because they speak Arusas, not Fufude. But whenever they want to unleash their terror and terrorism, they unleash them on the Hausa communities. They kill them in hundreds. Why? I'll tell you. The Fulanis are usually mobile. I'm talking about they have a name for them. Yeah, they are nomadic. They are always mobile. They don't have an address, don't have anything. They don't build houses. But in northern Nigeria, the Hausas, these are farmers. They grow their food, okay? They rear their cows as well, right? And then, they build houses where they live in towns and all that. But from time immemorial, the Fulanis who managed to get into town, right? And then, meet up an either Hausa girl or so, and then start a family. Some of them who stayed back, or maybe even left. They left their children for these Hausa mothers and all that to raise them. Most of these children who grew up today are now those you have, most of them you have in political offices. So they have this confused, confused identity. And this is not trying to make you feel bad, but it's actually the truth, right? Which now contributed to the confusion you have in Nigeria today. So what is that? The allegiance then was that if you have a Fulani father, you are a Fulani. If you have an Hausa mother, then you are an Hausa Fulani. But according to the Hausas, for decades, for centuries, right, they have been forced. I'm talking about to the point of being killed if they rejected the ideas, the teachings, the way of life of the Fulanis. And here is the point. Today in northern Nigeria, those who identified as Fulanis, majorly in minority, but somehow they have political power and economic power. Okay, the Arusas, they are now saying, right, that the victims of terrorism in northern Nigeria have always been them. The perpetrators have always been the Arusas. Okay, I'm sorry, have always been the Fulanis. The Boko Haram, they believe that Boko Haram comprises of Kanuris, majorly who are also Arusas as well. So you see that two types of terrorism up north, right? Now, this latest one, which according to the Fulanis in the north, they saved the Arusas. That it was until the Fulanis came that Arusas never knew how to worship God. I'm not making this up. This is something that you will never see in the mainstream conversation. When you see all of them, Abubakar this, Suleiman that, this or that, telling you that Nigeria, they own Nigeria. No. They are doing that at the national scale because that is like a consensus. But underneath, which is now coming to surface now, it is just like when the Yorubas says we are done. Biafra says they are done, right? And the Hausa, as they say, the Fulanis are saying nothing is going to happen, the whole Nigeria and the rest of that, right? Now it's coming up that the Fulanis are saying they are calling Hausas pigs because Hausas are now calling the Fulanis terrorists who have killed their wives, they have killed their men, they have killed their children, they have raped their women, they have kidnapped them. Fulanis are saying Hausas have also killed their own families too. They've killed their men. They've killed their women. They've burned their houses. Remember, Fulanis don't build houses. Arusas lives in town. That is why you have all those cities in northern Nigeria, but mostly controlled by the Fulani political elite, who gives no damn about whatever happens to the real Arusas. This is something that they will tell you, yeah, you are trying to cause division. No, it's not me. It's not me. There is a documentary that exposed that. And as we speak, northern Nigeria Fulani elite, the jihadists in government, they are running really, really mad. They said they are going to ban PPC for that documentary. I didn't make this up. It happened there. Fulanis are saying Hausas are idol worshippers until Uthman Danfodio came. I'm talking about 2022 now. Those who you believe that are educated, go on social media right now. Okay? They said Hausas are pigs. That they didn't know God until Fulani came to teach them about God. They called them ungrateful pigs. I didn't make that up. There's a guy called Gimba Kakanda or something on Twitter. Yeah, go and check his. Go on Twitter and search for Gimba. Yeah, you will see the wordings. You will see his tweet and the rest of that, and then you will know that this whole thing they've been burying for long. The Arusas who have been burying their own, burying their family and all that, they are now crying out. They said, listen, they said, every time they decide to go back and fight, that the soldiers will come and they will stop them. Is that different from the IPOB, ESN, who came together to defend their land against this same Fulani invaders? So, Igbo land is very far from Niger, from Chad, from all these places. So, but the Fulanis that are killing Hausas in northern Nigeria, underreporting everything, because it's not going to look good to the rest of Nigeria. These are powerful people who hold powerful positions, but they refused to keep their own people safe because deliberately the jihad that you are witnessing in Yoruba land, the jihad that you are witnessing in Biafra land, the jihad you are seeing everywhere is happening to the Hausa people in northern Nigeria. And guess what? They said they are not doing anymore. No, they are not. The population of the Fulanis in northern Nigeria is currently put at 6.2 million. While the population of the Arusas in northern Nigeria are currently, which cut across Kanuris and others, right, is over 60 million. So we had. And guess what? The Fulanis are allowed, the Fulani terrorists are allowed, right, to carry the war weapons. And they move all these weapons to every part of Nigeria in the forest. So, the Fulanis who don't grow food, they don't really farm much. I told you, they are always mobile. They are nomad with their cows. They need water. Okay? So, when APC, Egbekegbe, brought them, and they intimidated, rigged Egberejo Lantern out of power, and they took power. Just like Boko Haram abandoned, just like APC, Egbekegbe abandoned all the promises they made to you. All promises cancelled. APC. They disappointed the Fulani they brought. But here is the twist, too. It's not even a twist. Here is another insight. You see the Fulanis and their cows who are battling the Hausas for their land and their farms. What were they doing? Those ones are from northern Nigeria. Like, they are like from the northern Nigeria, from Borno to Zamfara, from Zamfara to Niger, Niger to Yobe to everywhere, Sha. Those ones are not coming down to southern Nigeria. Okay? They are not coming. Their own war is on the people they called the Arusas who don't want them, and because they don't appreciate them, they are not letting them, be able to water their cows or feed their cows. And climate change is happening everywhere, so they need grass. Only Arusas are farming. So what do? They go to their farm. Same thing in Enugu. Same thing you are experiencing right there in Ogbomoso. Is the same thing the people of Zamfara are experiencing. But the difference is that, you see, when you call it business, it's a family business. It is not family business, right? It is the same terrorism that we are all experiencing. Others are just waking up. And if these people indeed actually wake up, maybe not politically yet, maybe politically too, I don't know. But something is here now. You see, that lie of Hausa Fulani this or that is a pure scam, just as like one Nigeria scam. Scam. Fraud. You cannot make something out of nothing. Here we go. They have killed. They said there is no single day that the people of Zamfara are not burying their dead. Why are the Fulanis killing the Arusas in northern Nigeria? Very simple. In the interview, one, they said their elite, starting from Bokwari, they abandoned them. According to the leader of the Jangebe girls kidnapping ring, he said, look at it this way. In northern Nigeria, right, there is no education. There is no education for Fulani children. Same thing, the Hausas are saying there is no education for our children. They said there is no health care, and they cannot find a place to feed their cows. Ladies and gentlemen, their elite abandoned them. Then, not just them, they also abandoned those that they imported into Nigeria for election. Same way, they abandoned the rest of you, shouting change, shouting next devil back then. Now, that's a picture there to let you know that if you are shouting one Nigeria, oh, well, I hope that Nigeria happened to you very, very soon so that you probably check it out if it is patriotic indeed to lie to yourself, just like you've been lied to all this while. So what have they done? The Fulani said there are some people who are coming to steal their cows too. That's why is it that cows doesn't have, the life of a cow doesn't have value to you people? Why? All of you want to eat meat. You love meat. You dey chop here, meat or that. How come the life of a cow doesn't mean anything to you? You don't care for them. They have no place to feed their cows. When it is raining, some of the times they have to carry their cows on their shoulder. To navigate terrible, tough terrains. How can the life of a cow in Nigeria doesn't mean anything to all of you Nigerians? If it doesn't mean anything to you, then your life doesn't mean anything to us. The soldiers will come, they will shoot us, kill us like we are nothing. So Fulani doesn't mean anything to you. You see? Meanwhile, you will see one Jafaru from the same Zamfara texting or tweeting from a refugee camp. The Fulanis own Nigeria. We will continue to rule you. We will control you. We're from refugee camp. Your leader said the reason why they are killing people is because they don't value your life. Your life doesn't mean anything. Therefore, the life of every Nigerian doesn't mean anything to them. Right? It doesn't mean anything to them. Cows. If you kill one cow, we'll kill 2 human beings. If you kill 10 cows, we kill 100 human beings. That's what they said. Why? Because the people who are supposed to provide them land for them to feed their cows, for them to, build schools that their children will attend, These are the people wearing babariga, buying private jets, building themselves palaces, buying hotels, even though hotel is around in the north, but they own hotels. Sending their children to school abroad, and they themselves getting medical care abroad. The people that were supposed to give them all of that, they don't give a damn. So the responsibility is now on you. You pay with your life. Is that not it? Zamfara is like the graveyard of Nigeria or northern Nigeria. Benue is like the graveyard of the Middle Belt Nigeria. Olu, Imo State, is the graveyard for the eastern Nigeria, where this terrorism is spreading. Trust me, our people are burying our dead across Yoruba land too. Go to Yewa and go to Okeogun. Ayete, Egangan, Ibarapa. We are also feeling this heat as well as we are counting our losses. So are we burying our dead. In fact, raising money, selling our properties to free our loved ones in the hands of French-speaking guerrilla Fulani terrorists who have also currently invaded our land. We are on our own. The responsibility is on us. War, God bless you, my dear people. War, the most recent of them, where over 100 people were slaughtered by these same terrorists. Graveyard everywhere. Boko Haram made this happen. APC, Egbekegbe, brought this. And in northern Nigeria, the terrorists in power, who don't really care about all these killings, they don't give a damn. They talk about them when it is politically, useful. The Arusas are now saying they will kill every Fulani they see. Innocent Fulani children too. I'm not joking, because one thing, in northern Nigeria right now, more than 60% of their communities are now under the siege control of these terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram terrorists, the ISWAP terrorists, and then the government official terrorists. It is hell over there. So they know themselves, whereby there are areas that Nigerian security forces, they don't go to anymore. What do? Once in a while, they will load their weapons into their fighter jet, and then they will just go and survey. Once they do their surveillance, and they can just shoot down any community and say, we neutralized some bandits yesterday. So at the end of the day, it is a banana republic. But there's something that that kind of jotted me. And that is when I was listening to that interview in that documentary, the interview of the terrorists themselves, the one that got money, the one that took 280 school children, girls from Jangebe in Zamfara. He said they demanded for 300 million naira, but they were paid 60 million naira. What did you do with that money? People were complaining of not having water to feed their cows, not having school for their children, and the rest of that. He said they used the money to buy more guns. I said, but why? What do you want? What is all? He said, well, we don't want anything anymore. We just want the government to know that they brought this upon Nigeria and they will help them burn down Nigeria. It is a business, my brother. It's a business. But who in his right mind will go on and take school children and put them in the forest and all of that? I say, well, only he who has no heart, because we don't. And we're going to do this again and again and again. Only Allah can stop us. That's what he said. Then I was sitting down there and I just remembered Owo. As I was watching that documentary, I was remembering Owo. I said, wow, what if they went into Owo that day, all right? And then they just march everybody from that church, 200, 300 of them, and march them into the forest. Would you say it's impossible? Would you say that? Of course, it is 100% possible. You know why? Out of every part of Nigeria today, the only people, the only region who is not ready if anything should happen tomorrow are the Yorubas. Unfortunately, some of our own people in Yoruba land prefer to torment themselves, be political thugs with guns, be cultists with guns, killing themselves, aimlessly. All of this does not constitute us actually being ready for what is waiting for us. I saw the Hausa vigilantes. There is something as well where you will know that sometimes Nigeria is unreal. Yeah. In northern Nigeria, it has gotten to a stage where the Arusas, especially in Zamfara right now, do you know that they have they've legalized their gun owning in Zamfara because of this mass death? Zamfara, if you are living in Zamfara state right now, you can go out there and buy AK-47 of 100,000 naira. It is that cheap now. Seriously, yes. So people have now managed to form their own vigilantes. They have a name for that. To protect themselves. They are allowed to carry the guns. In eastern Nigeria, the people are not allowed to protect themselves. Rather, the government of Nigeria mobilized artillery, mobilized soldiers to go in there and terrorize the region. Thousands of people have been killed by the Nigerian security forces and their agents in eastern Nigeria as we speak. If they see you with an ordinary pocket knife in eastern Nigeria today, you will be dead. Yes, they will shoot you right there dead because they will accuse you of being an IPOB member. So therefore, in order to further weaken the region and then allow the influx of these terrorists, because they are real. They are real. They are there. So a deliberate state mechanism to weaken you for what is coming to kill you. It is there. We have seen them. They've done it in Ebonyi, done it in Enugu several times. They've done it in Abia. Yes, we've seen them in Anambra as well. Same thing in Yoruba land. When the Yorubas, the young Yorubas arose to this threat, when it started rearing its head, when our people started paying ransom to terrorists, that those who survived them came back and said, these were Fulani terrorists. They were speaking the language that they didn't understand, other than it didn't even sound like Hausa. Some even said they were speaking French. Why would the Fulani, gone terrorist speaking French in the forest of Ogbomosho, collecting ransom in Naira in Nigeria, if we are allowed to protect ourselves? But what I figured out is that when we rose to defend ourselves, it was us, the Yorubas, who first came in defense of Nigeria. Because according to some of these, cowards in Yoruba land, some of these sellouts, or you can call them some of these, what is that guy name from Ilorin again? The guy that sold, Yorubas to the Fulani in Ilorin. Afonja. All these Afonjas in Yoruba land, they said, trying to defend yourselves is a call for war. Therefore, you are not speaking for the Yorubas. My family member, a member of my family, was kidnapped along Ogere. He was kidnapped at Ogere, going to Ibadan from Ijebu. They tortured him. They beat him. They made him walk or trek hundreds of kilometers in the forest for days. And they demanded for 30 million naira. Yes, they did. We didn't have 30 million naira. His father was totally distraught. I mean, he was so distraught, right? The whole family was such in disarray. Us living abroad, we felt the fear, especially when they said they were going to kill him. They will kill him. We are going to kill him tomorrow because we can no longer be taking him up and down anymore. So eventually they settled for 3 million naira. I am from Odo-Ogbolu. Odo-Ogbolu is under Odo-Ogbolu local government area in Ogun State. Is an Ijebu area. I have never been to northern Nigeria. I have never have to interact with anyone from northern Nigeria or do any business with them. So from Ijebu to possible, let's say to Katsina, to Zamfara, to all these places, you will probably have to spend day or 2 days on the road. We are talking about thousands of kilometers away. But yet, because of APC, Egbekegbe, a member of my own family had to pay 3.2 million naira to regain his freedom. Right there in Ijebu. Not even like he was going to Sokoto or he was going to Kano, he was going to anywhere. So it touched me, even right here too, as we speak. So we saw the Yorubas are for Yoruba for jazz because of what they want to eat, because of what they want to be, because they want to be president. They said that we should keep quiet. That was what they told the Arusas too. You cannot go out there and criticize. You cannot go out there and say the truth. You can't go out there and condemn. People will laugh at us. People will shame us. You know, we are supposed to be one. Anything we are going through, let us all pretend that we are one. We are all northerners. We are all this or that. That is dying now. It is dying. So when the Yorubas rose up, they came for us. They nearly killed Oloye Sunday Igboho. They killed 2 innocent people at Igboho's house. Just in case if you have forgotten them, we haven't forgotten them. They killed them, and they took their bodies away. And Yorubas, because they want Tinubu to be president in 2023, they hailed Bokwari. And these 2 men, today, their family members, they have not been given the closure. What was their offense? Because they are Yorubas. Because they were at Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. The day they came to kill Igboho, what was Igboho's offense? Did Igboho kidnap anybody? Did Igboho kidnap any Fulani? Did Igboho fight any Fulani? Did Igboho go to Sokoto or Kano to do anything? Of course he didn't. Igboho said, we have seen the victims of these criminals. We have seen what they are capable of doing. If the Yoruba political class want to be like the Hausa political class because of what they are eating, Yorubas will suffer a lot. And many of us will never forgive ourselves. That was what Igboho said. Let us rise up and defend ourselves. Please rise up. Do not let this, they say, shut up your mouth. You are a state actor. You want to cause wahala in Nigeria. Nigeria is one. Fulanis, Yorubas, Hausa, Igbos, we are all one. The same thing they said you should be repeating all the time, which is not true. So if you ask yourself today, why exactly did they want Igboho dead? The Yorubas who supported that. Today, you see Zamfara, that's exactly where Kolu and gang are taking you. But posterity will judge. And then for those Omoluabis, the real Yoruba Omoluabis, it will have to take us our lives for them to turn Yoruba land to Zamfara, to, to Katsina, to Kaduna, to all these places that they have been murdering the Christians, Arusas, and then every other indigenous people in northern Nigeria, and telling them to bury it, to cover it up. Yeah? They would have to kill some of us, by the way, before they would turn Yoruba land to that. But if you ask me right now, I would say, of course, they will have to try. It will take them a while. And then even though we know they won't really succeed, but are we really ready? In eastern Nigeria, where you have the IPOB, the ESN, and the rest, which the Nigerian system said you should demonize, called them different names, and they tried as much as possible to make them look evil to you. You see, tomorrow, when everybody realizes the truth about what they have lied to you about for long, and everybody is about to take their own position, we, the Yorubas, some said we'll just be diplomatic, we'll be the peacemaker. No. The Fulani terrorists in our different forests right now, they don't see us as peacemakers. They see us as infidels that needed to be taught a better lesson, like they taught the Arusas. They said the Arusas are pigs. They should be grateful to the Fulanis who taught them how to worship God. Now they are telling us that every one of us from southern Nigeria, even if you are a Muslim, you are not a real Muslim. Who told you are a real one? In their book, you are not a real one. One day they are going to have to teach you the Sharia. They have to make sure that they bring you to God. And if you resist or reject it, you will die. That is the mode of operation as we see it today. So when they tell you one Nigeria, sometimes you should see through it. So it's imploding right now. It's currently imploding. All thanks to APC. Now, here is one thing I want to share with you before I do that later this evening. Among things that you should pay attention to, they have used this oneness fraud for long. The disarmers in southern Nigeria, the political class and politicians in southern Nigeria, they also collude. So when they say the Nigerian army collude with the terrorists, I want you watching me right now, whether you are from Yoruba land, whether you are from Igbo land, or whether you are from Ijaw land or any other land you are from southern Nigeria, you too should begin to know this, that everything happening to us, or what is still going to happen to us, if they happen to us, right, is simply because the political class, the traditional rulers, the elites in southern Nigeria, they collude. And if you remember the collusion talked about by Danjuma about the military colluding with the terrorists to give them cover and shield until to prevent them from any kind of arrest or prosecution, you will realize that didn't go down well. It simply put more people in a refugee camp, it put more people in poverty, and it put a lot of people in their graves. The people who ensured of this at the national level, who gave coverage to terrorists, they are not tired. You remember? They are only who they are because of the division they have brought upon Nigeria. I told you, tribal division, ethnic division, religious division. Now, the religious part of it is already tearing the northern part of Nigeria apart as we speak. How that goes, I don't know. But remember this man, Babashu Lawal, the thief, the honorable grass cutter, that was supposed to be in jail, but is currently a leader trying to fight for the marginalization of the real northerners, the real owners of the northern Nigeria, who thought because they have intermarried and all of that, and they tolerated the terrorism of this Fulani, this Fulani terrorist. They said it. They've intimidated us for too long. They said we shouldn't go to school. They told us this or that and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Now, they are saying they are inconsequential now. That you are Hausa and you are Christians. You know, they always make you believe that northern Nigeria is an Islamic religion. It is not. But everything is going to come to light as time goes on, right? Because APC, Egbekegbe, is doing a wonderful job to prove to prove those assertions wrong. It is in northern Nigeria that they will dress the same way. To you, anybody every girl putting on a hijab is a Muslim. Guess what? No, it's not true. There is a mix of culture and religion which has blended so well that to you, when you see those children, when you see every one of them, they are Muslim, this or that. No, they are not. The battle of their life has been the fact that the Fulani, the Fulani fanatics, religious fanatics have been working over time. They have been working over time for decades to Islamize the northern Nigeria. And they have been presenting that picture to you anyway, all this while, but because the Arusas in northern Nigeria decided to play along. And guess what? playing along has cost them a lot. It's cost them their identity. It has cost them the lives of their own people. It has cost them their own economic survival. It has cost them their lands, and it has cost them so much dignity lost because they associated or identified as Hausa Fulani. Now they are saying, no, we are no longer Hausa Fulani, we are Hausas. And this time around, we are going to make sure that we put a boundary and a stop to this. To them, the reasons why the Fulanis are currently protected is because Bokwari is a Fulani man. So they are waiting, just like you are waiting. The Yorubas are waiting. The Igbos are waiting. Yeah, everyone is waiting for that moment when they will say, yeah, if them burn you well, walk our forest again with your guns, and then expect to go or to walk out of it alive as well. For now only 2 or 3 regions, or should I say geopolitical zones, seems to be ready. Us in Yoruba land, we have allowed the Omuales in Yoruba land to blackmail us into believing that we are going to be those to save Nigeria when Nigeria cannot be saved. Therefore, if anything happens to us, we should keep it quiet. We should keep it low-key. Even when they decided, those who brought this division, so much destruction as well, even though they have decided to go all mad, Muslim ticket, whatever you want to do your worst. We are the only ones who are not ready. How many of you saw, what do you call it? The clip of Asari? I'm coming back to Babashir Lawa. Watch this. So there is nowhere in Yoruba land that you will see anyone that would display this type of weapons in Yoruba land right now. You know why? Because all these Lagos Abobakus, these unboot slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, they just want to do Owambe. They just want to enjoy life. And they just want to, what? Wait and die, I believe. And it's so close to you more than you think. When I say we are not ready, Asari said they show off. Listen, this one they say na tipo. If war break out in Nigeria tomorrow, now the Yorubas go first be the refugees, except if none of them touch Yoruba land. If any of them touch Yoruba land, you and I, where we go run? Check this.
University device.
No be RPG be that. I waited to call that thing. I know some of you felt like Asari was just showing off. Me, I'm seeing beyond that. I'm just trying to see beyond Asari's display and see men harmed. And then going back. This one is just Asari's group. Oh. There's Tom Tompolo. I've been a government Tompolo. I take a Tom. Oh. There's a take a Tom. There's a government Tompolo. All these people, they have their own ready-made army with war machines. Even though some of you will be like, why are they not using it to fight? Don't worry. I'm just saying now that in context, the Fulani terrorists, they play with guns. I implore you to go and watch that documentaries, okay? Their children are not being trained to school. In fact, it is so bad that they said, and I mean, if an average Fulani who is trained to hold gun doesn't see anything bad. For example, if they walk into town now and they see food, an average nomadic Fulani is said to believe that he could go there and take the food. So if he takes the food and you go after him and say, hey, stop, don't drop the food, he can bring out the gun and shoot you. Because why are you saying he shouldn't? Why are you saying that he has to pay for it? He wasn't trained. This is how bad, though. They said, since he wasn't trained to buy things, he can take it. He believed that he should take whatever he wants. Now the Fulani warlord, they talk amo. So all of that, they should put it on the government who abandoned them. Now the Abandoned People Association, now them they terrorize Nigeria now. Abandoned People Association of the Northern Nigeria. So they have the weapons. If they say war, they are already fighting the war. They are fighting with fighting with the indigenous people, aren't they? So they have the weapons. Do you want to talk about Boko Haram? These are the people who have the capacity to break into the prison and free their own leaders, and none of them is ever arrested or shot. They have the weapons. So if you all remember the Niger Delta of yore, Niger Delta of old, it no change. If you go to that same Port Harcourt, go to all those creeks everywhere, despite the fact that they did the amnesty and they handed over their weapons, or more, nobody get deceived though. If it breaks out tomorrow, they can still hold their ground though. Have you seen the ESN volunteers for real? The first time they were shown in public. Have you seen them? Aha. Those ones are also ready. If the whole thing turn red for real, they can hold their ground too. At least they can. In Yoruba land. I'm not trying to make us look bad because they said many of us prefer to be diplomatic. Guess what? When that conversation popped up earlier, they said if anything happened in Nigeria today, for example, so what's Yorubas go do? Yorubas go just say, hey, John Toriolo. You know why? They said because Yorubas have a leverage that there is no part of Nigeria, any region in Nigeria today that doesn't have a lot of their people in Yoruba land. They say Yorubas will use that as a leverage and say, wait, so we know the fact they deceive ourselves. I wish the people they killed in a war were able to say, hey, John Toriolo, please, in the name of John Toriolo, Baba call me, Joe, Baba call me, Baba, Joe, Baba call me, John Toriolo, Joe, found my I wish they could do that. That is not how it works. So, Maiyegun, what are you saying right now? That Yorubas too should go and buy gun and all of that? Yes, that's what I'm saying. You know why? It is out of a cowardice for any political office holder in Yoruba land as we speak today, if they want to be sincere and honest, there is nothing holding them to go the Zamfara route, not until we become a Zamfara, because that's the journey. That is the journey. In Zamfara today, they have legalized guns. So if they say make you no go buy guns, can we start with the group they call the Amotekun, Amotonyon, Amotekpon, as they say, Amotonron, Amojeku. You see, people give me names and sometimes they just kind of play in my head. Sorry if that sounds kind of crude. It is Sunday Summer, remember? It is a no-holds-barred segment or session on MaiyegunsDiary, Politico. And I'm sorry if that sounded a little bit hard. Give Amotekun the right, as they have the law that established them. Give them the right to carry the better weapons, as they are supposed to be the Yoruba army. Have you thought about that? I know Yorubas just want to do Faji. We just want to do our Owambe every Friday. We just want to drive from Ekiti to Akure to go and party and then return back 4 a.m. in the morning, drunk. Even the driver is drunk, but with the spirit of we go get home. We go reach house. That's what Yorubas just want to do. Yeah. Marry, they say merry making, make some money, and once you make small money as a Yoruba man, you can go and enjoy it. Marry another wife if you can afford that. Build a house and celebrate it. Call Oshupa and Paso, let them play opposite each other and abuse themselves while you dance. That's what Yoruba man want to enjoy, and that is why it is so painful when you say break up Nigeria, where Lagos Sabo Bakus, who has been dreaming for a day, he himself is going to be a PA, SA, to the councillor of his own local government. So he too can enjoy that soft life. He just wants to enjoy life. Say, we did Alaja Ramos' 50th birthday. Oshupa on stage. See how they don't keep people in a barakpao. They don't keep it. Hey, hello, my show. We thank God for life, Sha. Abi, Oshupa, let's play. Let's take selfie. All of that. That's what they want to do. Is that not what you want to do? So it sounds so kind of hard to take it in if Maiyegun is telling you that one time is coming soon, and you will begin to, well, some people said it's already there, by the way. You will sit down and you begin to review all the parties that you want to go to for security reasons. Abi? So why can't you just let Amotekun do the job that they were established to do, instead of turning Amotekun into police, marital police, Yahoo police, or what do they call them? Computer village police, people who are checking phones on the street. Why terrorists are taking our people in the forest, chasing our farmers? How many of you watching me right now I've seen people who experienced firsthand the Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land? How many of you remember them? There are many Yorubas who invested in farms. You see, Nigeria is suffering from food shortages right now. Okay, Nigeria is going through hell. Hunger is top of the table. Then you can't put terrorism by side. Now die. So you would expect ordinarily that people should go and farm now. What is wrong with people? Everybody is complaining. Bag of rice is 70,000. What is wrong with you? Go and farm. They're just lazy. It's so easy for you to say, Abi. They talk now. You self they talk. And they talk. You self they give idea. Maiyegun, I know what I'm saying. All these things is not government. You cannot be blaming government. Is it government that say you should not go and farm? Back in the days, we have small farm. Maiyegun, you remember? I remember. Oh yeah. Continue, my jabolo. Sure, you remember, Maiyegun? We used to have small farm at the back of our houses. When we were in school, we had this small Matonrai. Shongbo. Continue to deceive yourself, because to you they make sense, Abi. You don't get sense. You don't get any sense. People invested their millions. We have testimonies. We have the victims. We have the witnesses. We have all this on record. In Yoruba land, I'm talking about mechanized farming. Thousands of hectares of farms, of land. And they put in all the works. Civil servants too. Some of you, I don't know if you have heard, we've seen people who have put their money, civil servant, to go and start small farm. Many of them cannot go back to the farms anymore. Why? When it is nearing the time of harvest, you know what the Fulanis terrorists did? They marched their cows onto those farms. Big farms, big farms in Yoruba land. They marched their cows in there and they started harvesting those crops. Maybe na maize, cassava, yam, whatever you've planted. They start harvesting them. I mean, this is not like running cows through your farms. No, not just that. They will stay there. They will harvest some and they will feed them to their cows. You as a farm owner, you walk in, bragging, hey, what is all this nonsense? What are you doing? Well, you are destroying my farm. Oh yeah, what is all this? You are doing? They will tell you, if you don't behave yourself, we'll kill you. Imagine you as a farmer walking into your farm after investing tens of millions of your naira. I'm telling you life experiences here. I'm not making all of this up. So you might think, really? Don't really mean. Don't stop saying really, like it's something that is so strange to you. It's not strange. So many of you just grown cold hearts. You became sort of indifferent to all this news. You've grown cold. But they're happening. People are counting their losses. Some of them are watching me. Maybe now 1 or 2 or 3 of you who have experienced this, you are watching me right now and you are like, it's true. Abi? Or is it not? You are counting your losses. Because of this, people cultivated thousands of acres of land for food. Some even borrowed money, took loans from bank in Yoruba land. They did not come out with one single taproot of any of the what they planted. True life story. So some of them just felt like, well, I'm not going to waste my time. There's nothing the military could do. There's nothing the police can do. If you dare fight them, they will mobilize back again. You are dead. Eventually, you have to abandon the farm. People are abandoning thousands of hectares of land, of farmlands, for terrorists, Fulani terrorists to harvest in Yoruba land. This is not a make-up story. Professor Wole Soyinka experienced same. Yes, he did. And they threatened him. They know him. They said, if you try anything, we'll kill you. That's it. In Yoruba land. So where is Amotekun? People will say. Where is Amotekun? It's not different from the same thing you are witnessing in northern Nigeria. How many of you remembered that day that they killed and beheaded 110 farmers, rice farmers in northern Nigeria last year? How many of you still remember that? It is all deliberate. The military can take them out anytime. But guess what? The military is also compromised. It's business, man. You are the commodity. I don't want to be commodity in the hands of all these jihadists in Nigeria. The political class who are going to say a lot of things. All talks, no action. They're going to say a lot of things. They have been saying a lot of things right now. Sit them down and say, oh yeah, give us the blueprint, how you're going to end this. They have none. You're going to play into their hands. Participate in their fraudulent election. Then the violence will start. Everything will go back to zero. You validated it already. Then you're going to be trapped in it for longer, as you can see. None of them has any plan. The plan is very, very simple. Spread the fear, okay? The people will figure it out themselves. While the terrorists are doing all of that, the impression the politicians are giving at the federal level is that it is because of a climate change. They said the Fulani terrorists are everywhere doing all of this because they have nowhere to rear their cows, to feed their cows. That's a lie. In the last 7 years alone, the people of Nigeria, they have lost over $18 billion paid as ransom to different kinds of terrorists in the last 7 years alone. $18 billion. That's quite dear, isn't it? A stretch. Yes. So the politicians therefore turned it into business. According to one of the terrorists, you know what he said? He said, government officials told them that as long as Nigeria is boiling, Nigerian government will be getting more money. What does that mean? Nigeria will be getting money from abroad in the name of support. Then Nigerian politicians will continue to budget huge amount of money in the name of fighting insecurity. Your politicians and your generals, they will be smiling to banks while you will continue to bury your dead. It is spreading, it is there, right? So that's how they are making money from it. So the terrorists understand this. The politicians understand this. And therefore, the politicians will have to do their job to make this look like they are doing something legit. In the APC, Egbekebe's case, to end all of this wahala, they have a solution. And that solution is, first they called it grazing route. You're having grazing route on people's lands, and you call it a federal grazing route for cows to pass. You the mentor in other people's land because of one Nigeria. There's nothing called grazing route anywhere. They created it to make it comfortable for themselves. Cattle rearing is meant to be a private business, Abi. If you, Emeka, if you want to go into farming, cattle rearing, are you going to go and buy guns and start kidnapping people, or killing soldiers, killing policemen, kidnapping, and all of that, because you want to start a cow farm or cow ranch? Is that all right? Is that how it is? No. You, my brother, crown feet, my brothers are, let me say, my own brethren here too. Sir Crown Feet, you are in Toronto. You are a Yoruba man. If you want to start your pig business or cow business in any part of Nigeria today, are you going to go and buy guns first, or you are going to go and look for the capital to start the business? So in Nigeria, if you are not a Fulani and you want to start a cow business, you are on your own. But if you are a Fulani, you are a government Pekin. Even if you are killing people, kidnapping people, raping women, killing children, you are not doing anything wrong. Now climate change cause them. Do you see that hypocrisy? So in Nigeria, rather than the government, the authority to go after these terrorists who are committing the crimes, right? They are finding a leeway for them. So they said grazing routes. Now, because the grazing routes no day, that is why they are killing people. Okay, you will never get the grazing route. So if you want to continue killing people, then you should also be ready for what is coming for you. The government turned around, they said, okay, we have to create cattle colony. The cattle colony means in southern Nigeria, the government and the people must provide lands where government will now develop. And these Fulanis killing people can be settled there. They will build schools for them. They will build hospitals for them. They will build markets for them. They will build ranches for them. They will make sure they have water there and they have grass to feed and all of that. That is the second solution proposed. Give your land and we will develop the land for them so they will stop killing you. And they said, cattle business is a private business. So how could government be giving this as a solution? People rejected it. The killings continued. I'm not even talking about the northern Nigeria. I'm talking about southern Nigeria now. Every day, the people of southern Nigeria will receive threats from Yetiala. Why? Because the people of southern Nigeria are adamant, and for them not willing to give up their land, they are doing so, which is completely against national interest, against northern Nigeria. Because the national interest of Nigeria, no, the northern interest is now the national interest of Nigeria. We receive the threat every day, and we are paying the supreme prices every day. And we are also being underreported every day. So when that didn't fly, they said, okay. If I say all of you, you know, understand what we are doing. We are trying to save you. These people are going to kill you. We can't do anything to protect you. We are trying to save you. Okay, you know what? We have set up another committee to find solution. That committee is coming back and they said the solution is called RUGA, Rural Grazing Area. RUGA. What the hell is RUGA? Cattle business is a private business, and therefore you cannot force people to give their lands to terrorists who have killed and kidnapped them simply because they wanted that to happen. People rejected that as well. The killings continued. And as we speak today, in order to stop people from talking about it the way I'm talking about it now, in order for people to stop reporting it the way you have been seeing different documentaries reporting all these killings, the government of Nigeria, their lawmakers, sadly, a lawmaker from southern Nigeria, proposed a bill to gag everyone from talking about it. They called it Social Media Bill, Hate Speech Bill. These two bills were put together to stop people from reporting what you are just hearing me talk about today. If the bill passed, then it would have sent many of us to jail for just talking about it alone. Are you with me? While the terrorists continue to cash out, as they said, it is a business. Don't interfere. The final one, what they call the solution, is now called, well, they brought it the first time, they call it Waterway Bill, which will give the control of all the waterways in Nigeria to the federal government of Nigeria, the Fulani government of Nigeria, who will then redistribute the lands around these waterways to these Fulani terrorists. According to them, that is a solution. So people rejected it. Again, the killings continued. And today, as you are watching this video, they have renamed the bill. It is now called Water Resources Bill. Remember, it was Waterway Bills. No, it is now called Water Resources Bill. And you as a person, whether you are an Hausa man, whether you are from the southern Nigeria, you should be worried. And I'm glad the Hausa North are beginning to speak out. And in fact, they are now fighting back. Water Resources Bill is even more devilish than the Waterway Bill. And as we speak, they are pushing that same bill currently in the National Assembly, and they are working to make sure that it is passed. When it passes, yeah, the Fulani terrorists you see in your forest, they will divide themselves. Others will take over those lands that they will be allocated to them. I've said this many times, and like some said, it's never going to happen. Just like you believe that terrorists will never be bold enough to kill people in Yoruba land. Then what happened? It gonna happen. Ibarapa happened, and we have seen our people as refugees in Benin Republic, from Yewa North, Yewa South, Ogun State. It happened, my brother. It did happen. So everything will happen if you continue to indulge Nigeria. It is all lies. The whole wahala we are witnessing today is no other than one, the failed power mongers whose only interest is to push an agenda that will eventually doom Nigeria, and to them, Nigeria is already doomed. They just want to save Nigeria, and the people that can save Nigeria are these jihadists, Muslim. They call themselves. Some even said, are you sure these ones are Muslims? They are just terrorists who are identified, just like so many people have been like, they have been, I'm a Hausa Fulani. There's nothing like a Hausa Fulani, my brother. If you are a Fulani, you are a Fulani. If you are an Hausa, you are an Hausa, okay? Put it that way. And in this case, be human too. Be human. That's so important. Because you see all these Fulani barbarians and these terrorists, no, they are not humans, I would say. But it is now so bad. Do you know that it is so bad now that the failure of these criminals who are power mongers in this Nigeria, their failure has now jeopardized, or let me say, has now endangered an average innocent Fulani who have been living in that same northern Nigeria. It is now tit for tat. So you should keep your own gunpowder dry in southern Nigeria, because as we speak, whether you want it or not, the northern Arusas, they are now saying that they will no longer take this subjugation and killings lightly. And in fact, they know they are killers. They said it boldly, loudly. They are Fulani terrorists. And these terrorists who have gained so much prominence and power, they also believe that to hell with all of you, what do you want to do? But Babashir Lawal, the grass cutter, the man that's supposed to be in prison, this man that you're about to watch is meant to be in prison, in jail, serving life imprisonment for what he did. Okay? Let me tell you what he did first, so that you don't begin to catch feelings like, oh, he spoke well. They always speak. None of their talk is in your interest. Okay? You are going to play into their hands if you listen to them. It is all about this same one Nigeria. They are just being served their own breakfast, and they are joining the old wailing wailers too. You see, this Babashir Lawal is the first person that Bokwari appointed, the first appointment made by Bokwari, the secretary to the government of the federation. Okay, it's meant to be the engine room of that government to get the government ready. Okay, get it ready to work. When this way started, they were the first scammers that used Bokwari's signature to cash out big time. The first 2 or 3 weeks after Bokwari came in, they said they wanted to rescue the victims of Boko Haram who are in refugee camps. They need to return them back to their houses safely and make sure that terrorists never touch them again. All of their destroyed houses will be rebuilt, and all of that stuff, blah, 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 blah. So they called it a presidential committee on rehabilitation, blah, 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 whatever, for Northeast. Baba, billions of naira was voted to the office of Babashir Lawal. Let's cut the long story short. This guy, within the space of 6 months, turned to billionaire. His wife, his sons, daughter, his in-law, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, suddenly they became suppliers, businessmen who are now working with the presidency of Nigeria, presidential intervention money for Northeast. They were supposed to be building new houses, building new schools, building things for those who are victims of Boko Haram. Rather than that, they were building more refugee camps. So it got to a stage, the National Assembly under Saraki started investigating him. Like, how could you be in charge of the refugees, victims of Boko Haram in northern Nigeria, and you are doing this? 210 trucks of grains were ordered to be released from the Nigerian silo from northern Nigeria. Food where other people preserve or saved, though. Within the first 4 months, Bokwari said they should release the food for the people in IDP camps. Babashir Lawal was in charge. 210 trucks. You know, all those trucks with 32 tires, all those big ones. They loaded 32 of them with those big cups. They said they should take them to refugee camps, process them, and then take them to refugee camps. In transit, over 170 of those trucks just gone missing. They disappeared. They didn't get to the destination. At the end of the day, all of the rice, all their content, the rice, the grains, everything they took, they found their way to warehouse in Kano, where they were rebagging them to be resold to the markets. That was another part of the scam. But you know, the one where can shock the National Assembly was that Babashir Lawal, within a space of 6 months, have spent over 100 billion naira for the people of the victims of northern Nigeria, the Boko Haram in northern Nigeria. 6 months, so they don't spend like 100 billion. No. Because where the money? The refugees, we see them everywhere on the street. They are begging for money. They are holding everybody in traffic. They have no food. We can see them living it's terrible, terrible conditions. How you can't spend all this money where did you spend the money? And so Babashir Lawal started their cooking figures. Part of the ridiculous one was that they used 241 million naira to cut grass around the refugee camp because snakes were biting the refugees inside their camp. Snakes. So they used 241 million naira to clear grass. They said the refugees in northern Nigeria, they were eating the food of over 100 million naira every day. Can you imagine that? Eating food of 100 million naira every day. Yet you are begging for food on the street, begging, looking dirty, unclean, because they are refugees. They have destroyed their homes. They have killed their parents. Some they have killed their wives, their husbands, and all that. And the government has abandoned them. Babashir Lawal was cashing out. How could he use that? This guy na Oleo. This guy na Oleo. Buhari sack him. Sack him is a thief. Sack him. Buhari wrote a letter back to the National Assembly and said, I've investigated him. Babashir Lawal is clean. He's doing a great job. Therefore, I'm not sacking him. They can't release another report again to cover up Babashir Lawal with the Nigerian Air Force. There's a place called Ran in Borno. Ran is an area where they put the refugees. They build a camp there. It's not really a camp, okay? It's just an abandoned school, okay? Abandoned school that people, tens of thousands of people are currently, they were taking refuge. The Nigerian Red Cross, they are there. The different NGOs, they are there. People who are taking food, who are taking materials, who are taking stuff to them as support, they are always there. People know there. Everyone knows there. EU, all these people have been there. President have been there. Bokwari has been there. Baba, to cover up Babashir Lawal's corruption, to show that, I don't know what even prompted that. During that investigation, for no reason, the Nigerian Air Force just went to that place. They bombed the place. They said they received the wrong signal that Boko Haram are converging in a place. How could Boko Haram be converging in a place that all of you know? And you look at the map, you look at everything. You see when there, you bomb the place once, not once, so they bombed the place not twice, so not 3 times, so they bombed the place 4 times. 4 times. They want to level everybody. The refugees, the people helping them, Red Cross, doctors, anybody who is there, kill all of them to cover up the money that Babashir Lawal stole. Maybe they didn't tell you this story. Today, Babashir Lawal is the one championing the right of Christians in northern Nigeria after the party, the jihadist party that is part of, after the killings that is part of, is now about to throw him under the bus because he's a Christian, okay? They said he's a Christian. And as a Christian, he's inconsequential. He's just a willing tool, like many like him in that same Nigerian government, right? With the way they are taking Nigeria, okay, the Islamization they are talking about, if you don't believe in it, the people who brought APC, Egbe to power, the people who have kept lip sleep all this while, now their own sing song be that too now, because Babashir Lawal is a Christian. He's now defending the right of, what have you? Now, wait till they talk out. Now, fake Pastor Ruga. It was during that time when Buhari wrote a letter to defend Babashir Lawal. Now, so Buhari come sick. They take him to London. Fake Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, became the acting president. Now, Shatabandu felt like, man, how could Secretary to the Government of the Federation of Nigeria be this corrupt? This one no pure. Now, so Shatabandu can sack him. Babashir Lawal, the secretary to the, he has his own plane, That's the kind of life he was enjoying, If you are the SGF of Nigeria, they will give you your own plane. The same way Buhari has plane. Aisha has her own plane. Their children, they have the plane that takes them everywhere they want to go to. The plane that will take Aisha anywhere is different from the one that takes Buhari. The plane that takes Aisha's children is different from the one that takes Aisha. Maybe you don't know. The Senate president of Nigeria, they gave him plane. The Speaker of Nigeria, they gave him plane. The Secretary to the Government of Nigeria, they gave him plane. You see all those service ships, all the military ships you have in Nigeria, all of them, they have one plane that take them everywhere. All of them, presidential jet, they call them. Nigeria has 11 presidential jets, including one Chinook, maybe not be Chinook, one helicopter like that, or maybe 2 helicopters. So it serves them all the time. So this Babashiru Lawal was enjoying everything, looting, stealing, killing. Do you know the people who were in the IDP camp? Majority of them, they were Christians. You know, Boko Haram said, Western education is haram. If you are a Christian, you are an infidel. You can't do Borono. Baba na die now. So Babashiru Lawal, a Christian, stole the money that is meant to rehabilitate the victims of Boko Haram. When he wanted to cover it up, he worked with the Nigerian Air Force, who bombed refugee camp 4 times. And they came back, they said it was a mistake. We are so sorry. We are so sorry it was a mistake. We received an intel that Boko Haram were grouping in the area. So we decided to go and neutralize them. You could go and neutralize them. They killed more than 600 human beings that day. Over 600, including health workers. I'm not making this up. Go and Google it now. There are many, many staff of Red Cross who died. They died because they were helping people there. Because Nigeria, they were not killed by Boko Haram. They were not killed by terrorists. They were killed by APC, Egbe, just to cover up the fraud of Babashiru Lawal. Momo will leave the messenger. Let's listen to the message. Babashiru Lawal.
And sadly, APC started it. And sadly, APC started it. Religion doesn't matter in this context. So APC should be ready for the consequences of the outcome. It is important to reiterate that we Nigerian Christians want to live in peace and harmony with all practitioners of other religions. We want to enjoy social and economic developments like other parts of the world. But without peace, justice, and religious harmony, this is not possible. And we are not ready to be cheated out of our rights. On our part, we neither seek to oppress nor dominate anyone or any religion. But we also will resist anyone trying to discriminate against us and our religion. Once again, we were not the ones that started this fight. The APC started it and must be ready to carry the cross it has created. Blaming Christians and heaping insults on Khan will take them nowhere. For how do we expect Christians to keep silent when a northern state governor publicly states that they pressured Tinubu into getting a northern Muslim VP because they did not believe him to be a good Muslim? Is the VP going to be the national deputy chief imam? How do they expect us to keep silent when another northern state governor goes to Osun State and urges them to vote for someone just because he's a Muslim? Was he there for election campaign or for dawah?
I told you, if I play that video first, some of you go to catch feelings. Oh, he's saying the truth. Oh, Babashiru. I'm not the catch feelings for politicians, so it's Orongo. All about catch feelings. Here you get me now. They are all the same. They come from the same world. They will use tribe. They will use religion. They will use everything to deceive you, so that somehow you begin to see them as part of you. We Christians, when did he turn to Christian now? Is it when they told him his place? in APC, Egbekegbe. Now the guy will buy Tinubu's form, that's the guy who paid 100 million to get Tinubu form, presidential form. So make all of Lagos Abobakus. Okuna know just the masturbate in public, okay? Now the guy will buy your Oga form, Now he don't clear. Now they have left you. They have left you. Continue. I have another part.
What can be a better example of religion in politics than those demonstrated by these governors of APC? Clearly, there is an agenda to politically, religiously, and economically suppress and oppress the northern Christian. But we are up to the task. We will protect ourselves. We will defend ourselves. And we will defend our interests. The PVC and our prayers will be our weapons of choice, and we will massively deploy them in 2023. But while we are ready to do this battle in politics of exclusion and oppression, we are open to discussions with anyone who wants to engage with the Christian community, provided it is in good faith. And finally, as I always do, I want to end this speech with this quotation from Romans 8, verse 31. What then shall we say in response to all these things? If God is for us, who can be against us?
It is not me. No be Maiyegun won't cause your division. Your division is already real. I'm just reporting it. Then I'm also warning other people who are towing the path where they are being deceived that there is something at the end of the tunnel. There's nothing there. We've checked it. There's no light, nothing. Even the eyewitness, the person will be the eyewitness. They don't blind down. They see again. Are you with me? So these are the people who are going to milk the division they created, be it religion, be it tribal, be it ethnic, and every other thing they push. I am asking you, once they say us, be careful where you put yourself before you are counted as us. Let all of us. And be careful of those you are counting yourself with. Currently, as we speak, according to Babashir Lawal, the northern Christians are now political orphans. They are looking for the political party that can take them. But I bet some of you actually know that they are not looking far. They are already making a move. But the only confusion there be say, is it going to be to this or to another one? I don't know. After that meeting, Babashir Lawal was seen in River State, Port Harcourt, to meet with Wirewike. About we don't become orphan. APC don't abandon us. APC don't use us and abandon us. They don't care. They go choose Shetima because they don't believe say Tinubu be the original Muslim. We know say Atiku na Muslim, of course, but at least he has a Christian to balance. So we are represented. What do you think with the wiki? Or might be like they go to the wrong person. We'll figure that out. We will find out later where they are going. But you're gonna follow them. Go on. They go play you like they play like football. Felele. Because some of us know this is going nowhere. Nowhere. Why did I say that? The jihadists and the terrorists are hell-bent in burning Nigeria. Okay? And somehow, they are doing a good job about that. So don't stand on their way other than if you are not ready to actually stop them. Don't keep Nigeria for them because they will always have something to recharge their energy to come back to you. Somebody like this will likely or may become your president soon as well. And with this mindset as a Yoruba man, tell me how you're going to talk to me and tell me that my future is not in danger. Tell me how you're going to convince me that this is not a threat to my existence as a Yoruba man in what Nigeria has become today. from these terrorists as well.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of.
To hell with restructuring. People with that kind of mindset in one Nigeria that they are proposing for you, they are threats to my liberty. They are threats to my freedom. They are threats to my existence. And you can't say my fear or my threat. The threat to my life doesn't mean anything to you. It does to many of us. That's why I'm saying don't join them. Don't be blackmailed into joining them. Understand the whole context very well. They will self-destruct. They are taking Nigeria to where Nigeria don't know. But some of us know. Eventually, right? Everybody's going to have to take their own destiny into their own hands. They will make you do it. It's just a matter of time. The Arusas, my Hausa brothers and sisters, my Fulani brothers and sisters all over there. You know one thing? We can save ourselves all this nonsense, so to say, if we all agree that let us break it up. If you break it up, everyone will respect that boundary. If you cross them, whatever you get, whatever you see, may you collect them. Here you get. Until that is done, until you realize that you have been taken, well, I believe you have realized, but until you actually put actions to your words, so to say, to bring back what is yours, which is your identity that they have managed to, like chameleon, to swallow and suck in. If you don't, you see what everyone is facing in other part of Nigeria, yeah? It's more or less like we are just waiting for the northern Nigeria to also see the light and then push back. So if you, as an Hausa man watching me right now, verified all I have said, and somehow in your mind, you know that the only reason why they could do this to you and your people all the time and even get away with it is because Nigeria is still one. If anyone is telling you that somebody is going to come tomorrow and end this, it's not true. It's not true. You just have to get used to. You have to get used to it under another people, and it is actually the same thing, killings and all that. But put it a restructured Nigeria, which is more or less like a broken up Nigeria, can put an end to all this madness. They will know their boundary. You will have a chance of defending and protecting yourselves. Nobody in the military or police will therefore come and give them cover. Now, if you don't break that up, between you and them, this is just the beginning. To my Yoruba brothers and sisters, it is real. Whatever they are telling you, whatever they are feeding you with, you see all these threats. If you don't want Yoruba land to become a Zamfara soon, you would never, ever join them, especially this APC, Egbekegbe, and everything you know already. You will never, ever join them and let them have any kind of a chance at all in any way in Yoruba land. Only if you know. I'll talk my own. It's up to you if you actually act on that or not. Now all of us go what? Go chop the breakfast. I'm going to see you some other time. Until then.
Bugwala ma je breakfast. Asikoto ni kaluku ma je tie ototoni. Summa bilai.
I'll see you tonight. If you ever have a chance of joining me later, you can like this broadcast if you haven't, share it if you haven't, and then subscribe if you haven't as well. But if you have done all of that, sure, I'm going to see you later. So, good afternoon.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àníyàn súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe.